Well, good morning. Breakfast is a little different today since the bear took my bear bag.
Y'all, Dan here. Thanks for joining me.
I'm wondering if you'd go wandering with me through the wilderness and woods to where the winds are blowing free, through the darkness of the night, heading toward the morning light. I wonder if you'd wander with me.
The folks from Backpacking Western North Carolina pooled their foods together, and I'm going to actually have a pretty good breakfast with some cookies and some Korean coffee. Senior hiker, I'm going to have some Korean coffee. Let me show this to you. It's not quite what you had with the different creamers and sugars in it, but here it is, and I'm going to enjoy that this morning and be thinking about you. But now I want to show you what my breakfast nook window looks like today. So here's the view. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. The sun is out and it is cool, and it's a great day to be hiking. I'm glad you're with me. So let's get out there on the trail. This is a view, another angle from where I had breakfast this morning, but a couple of miles on down. Up the next peak, I'm at 4,992 feet. Well, here's one of the icons of the Appalachian Trail. This old live oak at Bly Gap. It's not the official state line, but it's sort of the traditional. This is the place that they celebrate leaving Georgia and going into North Carolina. For me, I am leaving North Carolina and heading into Georgia. It feels good to have this part done. Let's keep going. Georgia, Georgia, I got Georgia on my mind. Well, here we are. Goodbye, North Carolina. Hello, Georgia. Well, believe it or not, I crawled underneath that where to get over. So I made it. Now I got to go up. So far, I'm enjoying coming into Georgia. Besides crawling under that oak that had fallen back here, the path is just gorgeous. But this is the AT, so that can change in a heartbeat. I'm also doing some silk blazing, which means at night spiders build their webs across the trail, and the first person out, they catch all those webs, usually right across their face, and That way you know if someone has come this way before. So obviously, maybe the northbounders is starting to thin out a little bit. I've met, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this morning, which brings it up to 77 northbound hikers that I've met since I've been out here from the NOC. About split evenly between those that are doing section hikes and weekend hikes and those that are hiking through. So it's so good to see people take advantage of this place. It's also so good to be southbound where I'm not in the middle of a bubble of people. Now we're up to 78. I just met a young man hiking with his son. They're going up to the NOC and then to visit the son's grandmother who lives nearby. They'll celebrate the boy's birthday. He'll be turning 8 years old. And what a memory they're making together. That's exciting to see. Okay, one of the big stories of the trail is the people. And so earlier I met a maintenance crew that was going up to clear that one tree that I crawled underneath, and to talk to them and to thank them for all that they do. And they were funny. 3 guys my age, and one carrying the big crosscut saw strapped to his back, one that had the smaller saws in a belt and a backpack, and then one guy that just had a hard hat on. Asked him if he was the supervisor, and the other said no, he's going to be the laborer, we're carrying the equipment and he's going to do the work. So they really funny. And then just now I was talking with a gentleman. He's northbound. I told him a couple of places to be aware of for bear activity, and then that got off to my story of losing my bear bag. So immediately he says, well, what do you need? And I said, well, I don't need anything, I've got food. And he said, well, if you needed something, what would it be? And I said, well, if it was hot, I would want to have some electrolytes for my water, because I drink a lot of water, especially if it's hot and I don't have electrolytes in the water. I drink a lot of water. And he immediately drops his pack, digs in, gives me little packages of electrolytes to put in my water, and some fruit snack stuff to just eat on, and just really a kind thing to do. So for all those that are out here, you know, it's an interesting community, but a very kind and giving community. As in any place, you have some that aren't, and that's okay. But most of the community is just amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you as I'm hiking on down the trail. Gonna do probably, well, see how my knees feel. They're a little stiff, so I'm gonna maybe do another 5-6 miles and then camp. Do another 12 then tomorrow, and then that would put me into, for Thursday, a fairly short hike into the Unicoi Gap. You know, plans are always living and active, and we continue to adjust. So, well, I was just talking about this community, and a young man was coming down the hill and I was going up, and we stopped to talk. I was warning him about the bears, in North Carolina. And he stops and he goes, "Wait a minute, are you Monk?" And, "Yeah." And he's, "Oh, I'm one of your subscribers." So this is Neptune, and thank you, Neptune. And it was great to meet you on the trail, and hope you have a great hike as you go north.
I'm wondering if you'd come wandering my way. If you ever get lost, or if the trail leads you astray, the music of the pack can always bring you back. I wonder, can we wander away? And I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. Round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets and these neighborhoods